Why is yours so squirmy?
I don't know. Yours is
I think I just have a
he's
special
practically
touch
falling asleep, and
because
this
I
guy's
know.
he's not chewing on anything.
You want to swap?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
I mean, calm your baby there. Your baby's not calm.
He's full of life.
Well, he was the first one out. He just slid out, remember, you guys? So I think that could be what's going on here.
Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of December so we can throw the holiday party for all the animals. Thanks, guys.
What do you think you're gonna get? You think you're gonna get some, Dahlia? Dahlia thinks she can, Oh no! Dahlia! Dahlia, you stinker! People are calling you a stinker! Dahlia, it's all gone. You gonna eat the bag?
Luna chased away Prim, and then Dahlia got her face in there. Oh, they're saying hi to Dad. I'll get her.
This one, Brian?
Nope.
What? They don't know who they are. Oh my gosh.
Get down. Who stole your seat?
Mama B. She's like, you feed my babies and stand there while I
feed my face.
like it's going pretty good. It's really, you can really only tell once those caps fall off.
Baby eats. And, oh, looks like Mama just stopped. This is the first time they've been with all the girls. The girls aren't being too nice. That wasn't nice.
What kind of plan did you devise over here, girls? For these little guys with these big ladies pushing them around. Prim's being nice. got your baby?
Got my baby.
She's like, but I'm the baby.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Dahlia, you're not the baby anymore. Sorry. Hate to break it to you, sunshine. Yeah, now they won't get beat up as much by those big mamas and jealous teenagers. So we've been thinking about what we're gonna do. We have these babies here. They're only getting bigger, and then we've got this shed as housing that the boys have been in, and then we have that enclosed run, which is just fine here for all seasons in California, which is what the girls have been living in. But now we have more girls and we have more babies coming. And there's a whole story behind this shed. It was on our property back when we got it. So let's tell you more. So the thing about this shed is it was on the property when we bought it, but it was all this green wood color here. It was all just dilapidated and it was filled with a ton of junk. And actually the doorway was what that buck window was that we had to cover up. That was the original opening. And Brian was like, before we even wanted to get goats, he's like, we need to tear that thing down. It's just an eyesore and it's probably dangerous. And while I agreed with him, I always like to repurpose things, and we happened to keep rabbits at the time, so we said, well, let's put the rabbits in there because it's more secure than just their cage and some, you know, lighter wooden structure. So I tried to repurpose it, and we happen to have this other fence that bordered the property on the other side of this fence, and it was all falling apart as well. So I said, well, I'll harvest that wood and use it to make this structure more secure. And that's why we have all these old barnwood-esque planks around the property that we've been using to make this a stronger structure and also more aesthetically pleasing, if you can really even say that. But basically we've just cut those planks and made it into more of a little barn, a little shed, and it's worked great. I mean, the roof is solid, so it keeps the weather out, and it holds the snow, and it's been here like 25 years potentially, so it's held up. But we're at the point now where we're gonna have to do something with it because the little door that I built on the front is just fallen off. So the boys aren't even getting locked up at night, which is not ideal. We want to lock them up at night.
They're really rough with it.
They're really rough with it. So we're toying with the idea of once again reworking this space and making it usable. It's actually a really good size. It's 5 by 7, so that is adequate for 3 goats just fine.
How rude.
Babies! Babies! I like how he's so focused on coming when we call him. You need to teach your brother some manners like that. He's a handsome buck.
He sure is.
I was talking about you.
Why is it wet there?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. You're wearing shorts. Californians don't know how to dress when it starts to get cold, do they?
Okay, it's like in the 50s. So.
So why are you shivering? This guy will not even give up wearing his flip-flops in the middle of a snowstorm.
That's not true. I
That
never wear
is
flip-flops
true.
in snow.
I've seen it.
Mhm.
When you go to take the trash out, you wear your flip-flops even in the snow.
What are you talking about? I have to Blake do it.
Well, that's true. Playing peekaboo? You playing peekaboo? Are you gonna eat that big piece of wood?
Not following.
No, they're not, but you...
I'm like an idiot for no reason though.
So you ran like normal?
Ha ha.
Yeah, get that set up just right.
Give me the camera.
Uh-uh.
You're getting in trouble.
Oh, look, he's standing on the fire pit. He's gonna get all... Please don't go in the fire pit, baby. Baby, come here. Come here. I need a bottle.
There we go.
What is he? What?
Got the babies now.
So we have a big project that we need to tackle this December. We need to get an area that is going to be warm and big enough to birth Prim's babies.
Which her due date is
January 11th.
January 11th.
And we get snow here. We've gotten 4 feet of snow here before, so we really need to be prepared. We don't want to be caught off guard and have no place to birth Prim in the snow potentially, or a rainstorm. And you know, we've grown in numbers that we didn't expect here kind of suddenly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to address it, and it's gonna be a bit of a project for us because, to be honest, we are not builders.
No. Not really.
I don't know if you could tell based on the fine, equipment we're working with here, but that falling apart buck pen that we rehabbed from an old chicken coop on our property.
She actually did all that.
I
didn't
did
even
do
help.
it, and I felt like a superwoman because I was tearing down these giant heavy fence posts and slapping them onto this old dilapidated chicken coop.
Very good. Little fix-its we can do.
Yeah.
But building a whole structure, especially on our ground, it's very uneven.
Everything's unlevel.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, and when it's snowing here, it's like slip and slide for me. I've fallen so many times. It's really not the best. So we're in for a challenge, and we just hope it doesn't get too much colder.
I have the tastiest shirt.
You have a very tasty shirt.
He's been noshing on it this whole time. Because one thing we have to do is make sure the does and the bucks, they cannot share a wall, because things can happen through the fence. Magic can happen over the fence, so we need to make sure none of that's happening. So
I think we should just rework the buck
rework
zone.
it.
It's not efficient right now. We have a whole section on the back corner that no one has access to.
Yeah.
So we can put that into a workable zone. Maybe more of a grow out area that we connect to the buck pen when we rework it, or potentially if we find that that's too much of a project, we might have to do another run like we've been working with.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to see what's best. We're really being blessed this season so far with some warmer days. Why is yours so squirmy?
I don't know. Yours is
I think I just have a
he's
special
practically falling
touch
asleep, and
because
this
I
guy's
know.
he's not chewing on anything.
You want to swap?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
I mean, calm your baby there. Your baby's not calm.
He's full of life.
Well, he was the first one out. He just slid out, remember, you guys? So I think that could be what's going on here.
I don't know. Well, it's going to be a big project, especially this is a busy time for me to work. So getting things done
Yes.
is going to be rough. So
Shorter days.
and we have a deadline. January 11th.
January 11th, we have to be ready for Prim's babies. We do not want to have Prim's babies without a birthing barn, you know, where there's snow, there's rain, there's cold winter days, and we need to have a proper place for her.
Want to work the... So
it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to speak. That's what we're gonna do, right?
We don't let the babies run around in the open, because one thing that we have a real problem with in our area is hawks. We have very large, and at night the owls that can come out as soon as it starts to get dark, and sometimes they're sitting out in the early morning. So we always have to have the young ones under a covered, protected shelter. So once they are about 10 to 12 weeks, they're old enough and big enough to be out without the potential of them being taken by a hawk during the day. Or an owl.
So a lot of people, so we have cats, but we keep them indoors because outdoor cats don't last long up here. Anyone who's been up here any length of time is like, oh no, you can't have a cat up here. They're gonna get, it's either coyotes,
we
hawks,
just have to protect
or,
our animals. Are you know, we like to say we have a farm here. We're not unrealistic that we know that we don't really have a farm, but we have a backyard homestead on a half an acre in California, and we like to think of our animals as pets, even though that's dangerous territory, because you know, we have the potential we could lose one. So we have to do the best job we can to protect them, because that's what stewarding our animals is all about.
Yeah. So we have the hawks, we got owls, we got mountain lions, although I haven't seen any. Coyotes
and bobcats.
We've seen bobcats.
We've had bobcats on our door cam. They're just coming by and saying, hey, what's up? You got anything for me? And we're like, you can go on, Mr. Cat. So that's the plan.
That was a little silly.
That's a little silly?
Yeah.
That's the plan. We're gonna hope you can come along with us and see how that all goes. It should be fun.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, you finally got your kid to calm down.
Yeah, he's no longer chewing on my shirt.
You didn't lose your stuff.
And that one's falling asleep.
Yeah. Well, let's put these boys to bed.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Oh, Blake.
What?
How are you with the hammer?
Good.
Well, there's your work team.
We're in for it. Come on, Prim. She's like, it's not milking time. Why are we... Are you gonna come? Come on, Prim. Come on, Prim.
For me.
Oops. She's so confused.
She ain't confused now. She's gonna dig her face in.
She's like, I thought we already did our milking today.
Well, we didn't, and let me tell you why.
We need to get that cinch.
Just give her a second. So Prim is in the process of being dried off. So Prim's udders are really tiny now. We've been drying her off gradually. This is an important thing to do because we need Prim to not be putting all of her energy into making milk. We need Prim to have her energy go into her babies. So she's really growing now. I can see where she's filling out here. I haven't been able to feel the babies kicking yet, but She doesn't like to give me too many opportunities, to be honest. But it's important to gradually dry off your doe. When they are pregnant, you want them to not be producing milk the last month of their pregnancy. And I like to do it a little earlier than that. So she hasn't been milked in a couple of weeks now. However, I still put her on the stanchion every morning. I give her a half portion of grain because I don't want her to have giant babies. So we give Prim just enough so that she's satiated and she can put that energy into her growing her babies, but that they won't be too big. And she doesn't have to put her energy into making milk for us anymore, especially now that we have Miss B producing quite a bit.
And we still got the other girls, right?
Yeah, we still have
Amber and Luna.
Amber and Luna. They're not dried off yet at all. They're not due until a couple months after Prim.
And they were both bred with Rhett, right?
Yeah, they're both bred with Rhett. But Prim, you know, she was bred in August, and you know, there were different plans for her, but now she's here. The importance with drying off udders gradually is that you don't get any mastitis. Mastitis can happen for many reasons. It can happen from maybe a pathogen getting into the milk ducts while you're in the milking routine. You want to avoid that by always dipping the teats in a solution that will seal them off after you've milked them. Mastitis can often happen when a doe is exposed to dirtier conditions from having a nursing set of kids who are introducing pathogens from their own mouths. They've been nibbling around the ground and then they go and suckle. Mastitis can also happen when there isn't enough relief on the udders. So it can happen on one side and not the other. Thankfully, we had a good successful drying off with Prim, and her udders are completely empty of their milk now. So it's always important that you gradually dry off your doe to avoid any complications. So I like to just milk out a little less each morning over the course of a few weeks, and then by the end of a month of drying off period, you're at a point where you can say safely that they're not going to, you know, have any ill effects from the drying off. I can tell that during the entire process, Prim was ready. She didn't experience any kind of discomfort where she was complaining, or there was no hardness or swollen or redness or anything like that. She did a great job drying off, and she's ready to go for just, you know, giving all that nutrition to her kids and being ready to give birth in a couple of weeks now. It's not going to be long before Prim is going to give us her babies. Well, she got a little extra snack now, so she's not complaining.
Okay, here's this extra area that we haven't been using at all. You can see the weeds have grown in. And we just have this as a buffer because otherwise the boys would be able to be right there with the girls, and we can't have that. So hopefully we'll free this up when we rework the boy area.
One idea I have for redoing this whole... Find my sweater! Gosh!
Blooper reel.
Excuse me. Taking off my jacket, boys. Okay. So one idea that I had for redoing this whole buck pen situation is to take that buffer fence right there, pull it forward to this, basically in line with here.
The shed over there.
And then it would create like a way to, so I could walk in, have this zone for accessing whoever's living in there. If the gate is here, I can access it from this zone, and I don't want to go in there to let them in and out of their locked up house.
Are they taking notes?
Guys, newsflash, this is happening. Look like he's got a smile.
He wants to be pet so bad.
Well, he doesn't do that to me.
Really?
Who's saying that?
That's this guy.
I think he finds you as a butt competition. He never does that with me. Oh, I don't put my arm in there though. That's on you.
Well, I ain't getting anywhere near those guys. They're nasty.
No?
No.